Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Or maybe struggled to recall a name you know is right on the tip of your tongue? Pauses, smiling sympathetically. Oh, I've been there too. But here's the good news. Those little moments don't have to be our new normal. In fact, some of the brightest minds at Harvard have found a way to keep our brains sharp, playful, and resilient. No prescription or complicated routine required. You see, aging might be inevitable, but losing our mental spark? That's not a given. And today, I want to share something truly exciting with you. For simple games. Yes, games that Harvard doctors and researchers play daily to slash their risk of dementia. These aren't just any games, either. They're fun, accessible, and you might already have a few tucked away in a drawer somewhere. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Games? At my age. But trust me, these aren't just for grandkids. These are tools, powerful ones, that challenge your brain, strengthen connections, and help protect what matters most. Your memories, your independence, your joy. So let's dive into the first two games that could change the way you think about brain health. Let's start with an old favorite, the humble crossword puzzle. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that make you feel like you're deciphering ancient hieroglyphics. No. Start with something that feels like a gentle stretch, not a mental marathon. The beauty of crosswords is how they nudge your brain to recall words, make connections, and even dip into that vault of trivia you've accumulated over decades. Researchers at Harvard found that adults who do crossword puzzles regularly can delay memory decline by up to 2.5 years. 2.5 years. And it's not just about vocabulary. Crosswords light up multiple areas of your brain at once: memory, problem solving, even creativity. Think of it like a brisk walk for your mind. Here's how to make it work for you. Grab a puzzle that feels doable. Maybe it's the daily one in your local paper or a book labeled easy. Set it next to your morning coffee or evening tea. And don't worry about finishing it all at once. Chip away at it, savor it. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. My neighbor Margaret, who's 78, told me she started doing crosswords during her afternoon tea. At first, she'd get frustrated if she couldn't finish a clue. But now, she says it's like reuniting with an old friend, and she swears her memory's never been sharper. Now, if numbers are more your speed, let's talk about Sudoku. I know. Those little grids can look intimidating at first glance. But stick with me. Sudoku isn't about math, it's about logic. It's like a detective game for your brain, where you're spotting patterns and solving many mysteries in every row and column. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that adults who engage in regular logic-based games, like Sudoku, have brains that function decades younger than their actual age. Imagine that. By spending just 15 minutes a day, you're giving your brain a full workout. No gym membership required. Here's my tip. Start with the easiest level. Use a pencil, no shame in erasing. And if you get stuck, walk away. Let your subconscious chew on it while you fold laundry or water the plants. You'll be amazed how often the answer pops into your head when you're not forcing it. My husband and I started doing Sudoku together after dinner. We'll argue over a tricky square, laugh when we realize we've both missed the obvious, and high-five when we finally crack it. It's become our little ritual, and honestly, I think it's keeping us both young. Now, I've got 2 more games up my sleeve that Harvard doctors swear by, ones you might not expect. But before we get to those, why not give crosswords or Sudoku a try this week? Dust off that puzzle book, grab a cup of something warm, and let your brain dance a little. Remember, friends, it's never too late to play your way to a sharper mind. And the best part, the fun is just beginning. You know, when we think about staying sharp, we often focus on puzzles and numbers, and for good reason. But here's something I bet you didn't realize. Some of the most powerful brain-boosting games involve a little mischief. Winks, shuffling the deck with a flourish. That's right. Today's secret weapons are hiding in plain sight, just waiting to turn your next gathering into a brain-building bonanza. Let's talk about my third game, Bridge. Now, before you groan and say, "Oh, that's just for experts," hear me out. Bridge isn't just a card game. It's a full brain workout disguised as a social hour. Harvard researchers call it the Rolls-Royce of cognitive exercises. And for folks over 60, it's like discovering a fountain of youth for your mind. Here's why it works. Bridge forces you to strategize, communicate with a partner, and remember which cards have been played. It's like juggling 3 mental tasks at once. A study from a University of California found that seniors who play bridge regularly have stronger neural connections in the brain regions tied to memory and critical thinking. And the best part, you don't need to be a pro. Even learning the basics gives your brain a juicy challenge. My friend Carl, who's 82, joined a bridge club at his community center last year. At first, he felt lost, all those bids and tricks. But now, he's hooked. He says it's not just a game, it's the laughter, the camaraderie, the thrill of outsmarting the other team. And his kids swear he's sharper now than he was 5 years ago. Now, if cards aren't your thing, don't worry. I've saved the simplest, most delightful game for last. Imagine this. A game you can play alone or with a grandchild, requires 0 setup, and takes just minutes a day. I'm talking about memory matching. You remember this one, don't you? Flip over 2 tiles. Try to find a match. It's the game we've all played with kids. But here's the kicker. Neuroscientists say it's one of the fastest ways to strengthen short-term memory and focus. Harvard doctors even recommend apps like Lumosity or Peak that offer digital versions, but a good old-fashioned set of tiles works just as well. What's magical about matching games is how they train your brain to pay attention to details while juggling multiple pieces of information. Every time you think, was that a red apple in the top corner or the blue vase on the left? You're building new neural pathways. It's like weightlifting for your hippocampus, the part of your brain that's ground zero for memory. My granddaughter and I play this every Sunday. She's 8, I'm well. Let's just say I've got a few decades on her. But some days, she beats me fair and square. And you know what? I don't mind one bit, because every time we play, I can feel my brain getting a little quicker, a little brighter. Now, I know change can feel daunting. Maybe you're thinking, bridge? That's for us kids. Or, I'll never keep up with those tiles. But here's the truth. Progress, not perfection, is what matters. Start small. Invite a friend over for a low-stakes card game. Keep a memory-matching set on your kitchen table and play around while your coffee brews. And if arthritis or vision issues make physical games tricky, try a digital version on a tablet or computer. You can adjust the text size, use voice commands, or even play one-handed. The goal isn't to be the best, it's to keep your brain curious, engaged, and hungry for the next challenge. What's incredible about these games, bridge, matching, crosswords, Sudoku, is how they prove that protecting your brain doesn't have to feel like a chore. It can be fun, social, even a little thrilling. And when you pair these mental workouts with the people you love, that's where the real magic happens. So go ahead, dust off that deck of cards, dig out the matching tiles, and let your inner detective shine. Your brain's ready to play, and the best is yet to come. Isn't it something? All these years, we've been told that staying healthy means diets, doctor's visits, and checklists, and here we are, discovering that one of the most powerful tools for our brains has been hiding in the games we play. Chuckles, shaking their head. Turns out, joy isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a necessity. We've explored crosswords to stretch our vocabulary, Sudoku to sharpen our logic, bridge to ignite strategy and camaraderie, and memory matching to keep our recall quick as a whip. But here's the secret sauce that ties them all together: curiosity. Every time you lean into a challenge, every time you laugh at a wrong guess or triumph over a tricky clue, you're telling your brain, not today, old age. We're still in the game. Now, I won't pretend it's always easy. Some days, the clues feel impossible. The numbers won't line up. The cards seem to conspire against you. But here's what my dear friend Marge taught me. She's 91, by the way, and still runs her bridge club with an iron fist. She says, it's not about winning. It's about showing up. Every time you play, you're choosing to believe in tomorrow. And that's the real miracle, isn't it? These games aren't just exercises. They're invitations. Invitations to connect, to laugh, to live. So whether you're playing Sudoku with your morning oatmeal or hosting a rowdy bridge night with friends, you're doing more than passing the time. You're building a fortress for your memories, one puzzle piece at a time. Now, let's keep it simple. You don't need hours a day, just 15 minutes. Pair your game with something you already love. Do a crossword with your coffee. Play memory matching while waiting for your toast to pop. Keep a deck of cards in your purse for waiting rooms. Small moments add up to big changes. And if you ever feel discouraged, think of my Uncle Frank. At 85, he decided to learn bridge from scratch. For weeks, he'd mix up bids and forget rules. But now, he's the one teaching new players at the senior center. He says his brain feels lighter, like he scrubbed off the rust, all because he dared to play. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one game this week. Just one. Let it be your brain's new favorite ritual. And if you're feeling bold, share it with someone. Teach a grandkid bridge. Race your spouse through a Sudoku. Turn it into a story, a memory, a moment that matters. We're all in this together, friends. So let's cheer each other on. Drop a comment below and tell me, what game will you try first? Or maybe you've already started your journey. I'd love to hear your stories. And if this video sparked a little hope, pass it along. Share it with a friend, a neighbor, anyone who deserves to know that aging doesn't mean fading. It means growing wiser, bolder, and more playful by the day. Here's to you, to the crosswords that make you curse, the Sudoku grids that make you grin, and the memories you'll keep making for years to come. Thanks for letting me be part of your journey. Now go on to play like nobody's watching. And remember, the best chapters of your story are still being written. Your brain's got this.